Hello there, and welcome to my tutorial on classic tweening. I am just about to show you a step-by-step process on classic tweening involving a bouncing ball. So we come to the stage in Flash, open up a new project, have the stage in front of us, the default setting. Okay, now we're choosing an oval tool. So open the palette there and select Shift and drag until you get a nice circle. Okay, next step, click on the blue and come over to the radial gradient colors. Now we're going to make it look like a bit of a 3D ball. So now we're clicking on here. What we're going to do next is quickly just give the outline a bit of a thinner appearance. So we come down to about a 1, thereabouts. And now we just select the ball and bring that over to the center. Now we're going to use a tool just up here. It's actually called the Gradient Transform tool. So we click on that, and then we move the white area up to the top right hand side there of the circle. Now we're going to close. We'll just have a look at that. Now we can see that gives a bit of a 3D effect. It looks quite nice actually. Bit of a 3D effect. We can now, by coming to the center here, using this center control, push inward and close the size of that circle. So it gives us a less surface area for that white to occur, so we can move that back around here. So move it a bit closer so the white actually touches the edge. Not too bad. That's okay, we'll go with that. Okay, now next step is we want to create another layer for the ground. So we click on here and call this ground. Come up to the first frame, and now we need to go to timeline, insert a keyframe. Insert a blank keyframe. Should be working. Okay, on this one, let's go to the line tool and come down to the bottom here and choose about a 4 to make the line. 4.8 is okay. Now what we're going to do is click on here, insert timeline, a blank, insert a frame to start with, insert a blank keyframe. And why doesn't that want to work? But now should be working. Okay. It's going to be called ball, and this is going to be in time frame. If I insert keyframe, okay, delete that. It's a new layer. There we go. Now we're going to insert a keyframe for the ground. So we're going to call this ground, and we'll come up to the line tool. Now let's draw a line across the bottom. That's our line. Now we'll come up to frame 40 and hold down Shift and click both these frames. Now we're going to insert a keyframe. Now here we go. That will allow us to use this space to do the animation. So next step is come up to frame 20 and on the ball layer and insert a keyframe. Okay, So the next step is we've got 3 positions for our ball to animate. So we're going to start here. Click on frame 20, move down to the ground, ball down to the ground, and then you'll notice it comes back up again. So if I press enter, you'll see it drops down, drops up. Okay, the next step is we want to now create a tween between here and here. So we click here and go insert classic tween, and the same over here, insert classic tween. So if we just go enter and return, have a look what happens. Now that looks like it's starting to bounce a little bit. Okay, well the next step is we want to actually now give it a bit more realistic look to the bouncing effect. So what we're going to do is to click here and then apply some easing to give it a bit of a period where it holds in the air. So what we do is we ease in at this point, and then if we come back to here and we ease in at 100, press enter, you can see that it holds, just sort of holds itself there for a period of time. And we come up to this one also, and we come over to the easing tool, the easing tween, and we go to 100 easing out. So if we come up here and press enter, you can see it's got like a bit of a pause, and command enter or control enter just to have another look as it's bouncing. Okay, that's starting to look pretty good now. Now what we're going to do is to give it more reality effects on realistic looks. So we're going to drag this frame here to about frame 15 and insert a new keyframe at around about frame 19. Insert timeline keyframe, and at about 22 insert timeline keyframe. So on frame 15, that's where we want it to be. On frame 19, 18 or 19, we now want to hold the shift key down, bring this down to touching the line, and on the frame 22 we want to shift, drag down, touching the line. So come back to the frame 18 or 19, it's 18 actually, and click on the ball, control click, and free transform. Now we want to squash the ball down to give it a bit of a squashed appearance, the oval appearance, and then we want to go to frame 22 and we want to free transform it by squashing it in, so it's getting ready to repel. Okay, now let's just have a look what that looks like by going command enter. That's quite nice, it's got a good bouncing effect. Okay, let's just have a look now. Come back over here. The easing has been taken away since we've made those changes. So we have ease in, ease out, no easing there. So this needs to be changed now because we're starting here. We can probably get away with just leaving that where that is, but we need to come back to here and click ease out. So now if we do command enter, we can see now we've got a nice effect with a bouncing ball, the way that a ball would normally bounce. So that's our bouncing ball tutorial with the classic tween. Thank you, and on to the next tutorial.